Take a deep breath. Let your mind slow, and let your heart open just enough to be present for what you are about to read. This is not just a title or a phrase. It is an invitation to understand something quiet, subtle, and yet deeply powerful. 3 secret decisions someone is making about you right now is not casual. It is not a surface-level statement. It speaks to the hidden workings of the human heart, the private deliberations that occur behind silence, and the invisible emotional labor someone carries about their feelings toward you. Every word of this title is meant to draw you into a reflective state, where you can imagine the quiet spaces where thoughts, desires, and fears meet, and where love or care is considered carefully, often without you even noticing. The first part of the title, 3 Secret Decisions, immediately signals that something is happening beyond the surface. Decisions are deliberate. They require thought, evaluation, and choice. They are not impulsive, casual, or fleeting. And because these decisions are secret, it implies that they are internal, private, and intentionally withheld from expression. Someone is holding something inside, balancing their feelings, their fears, and their desires, all in silence. This is not a love that shouts. It is a love that contemplates, observes, and weighs the significance of you in their life quietly. The secrecy does not diminish its power. Rather, it enhances it. A feeling that is carefully considered, a choice that is made in the stillness of thought, carries far more weight than impulsive action because it is reflective, deliberate, and intentional. When we read the words someone is making about you, it brings the focus directly to you. This is not a general statement about feelings or attraction. It is personal, directed, and intimate. The title assumes that the viewer occupies a meaningful space in someone's thoughts. You are not incidental. You are the central figure in a quiet emotional calculation that unfolds in the mind of another person. The way someone considers you, weighs you in their heart, and measures the impact of closeness or distance is more than curiosity. It is an acknowledgement of significance. And the fact that they are making decisions about you, right now, implies that the connection is alive. It is dynamic. It is ongoing. It is active in subtle ways you may not yet see. The next layer of meaning lies in the timing, right now. This phrase emphasizes immediacy and relevance. These are not decisions someone made in the past and forgot. These are not thoughts you can assume are obsolete or irrelevant. They are current, real-time deliberations, continuously forming, adjusting, and adapting to your presence, your actions, and your silence. The mind of someone who cares deeply about you never truly pauses. It cycles through possibilities, considers outcomes, and imagines futures, all without necessarily verbalizing them. Right now creates a sense of urgency and intimacy. It reminds you that this is happening in the moment, and you are part of their living emotional world. Now consider the emotional weight behind the word decisions. Decisions in the human heart are rarely simple. They often involve conflict, the push and pull of desire and fear, hope and caution, longing and hesitation. When someone makes a decision about you, it is rarely one-dimensional. They ask themselves questions. Can I trust this connection? Should I let myself feel more? What happens if I reveal my emotions? Can I navigate the risk without losing the bond that already exists? Each decision contains layers of thought and feeling, and every layer is significant. Some decisions are about closeness, some about timing, some about vulnerability, and some about emotional protection. Each of these 3 secret decisions represents a facet of the inner dialogue that someone has with themselves about you, often repeated over and over in quiet reflection. The first decision someone may be making often revolves around trust. They weigh whether they can open their heart to you without risk of harm or disappointment. They think about the past, how experiences of hurt or betrayal have shaped the protective walls around their heart, and they question whether it is safe to let you in. Trust is the foundation of every meaningful connection. When someone quietly decides to allow you space in their heart, they are assessing whether the vulnerability required to love you is something they can navigate. This decision is rarely impulsive. It involves careful introspection. Their mind replays memories, both of you and of past experiences, as it calculates the risk and potential reward. And because it is a secret, you may never notice the intensity or effort involved. The silence is not absence, it is deliberation. The second decision often centers on engagement or distance. This is the push and pull that many people notice in relationships where someone's affection is present but not overt. Sometimes, they are drawn to you irresistibly, pulled toward emotional closeness as if by gravity. Other times, they step back, retreating quietly, not because their feelings have weakened, but because they are managing the intensity of what they feel. This decision reflects their attempt to balance desire with caution. They do not want to rush, to overwhelm, or to jeopardize what is forming slowly. The back-and-forth movement you may observe, sometimes warm, sometimes distant, is often a manifestation of this internal deliberation. Each step forward, each pause, is a careful negotiation of how much to reveal, how much to hold, and how to approach you without forcing or frightening you. The third decision typically involves expression of feelings. Here lies the heaviest choice, whether to reveal the depth of what they feel or to remain silent. Expression carries risk. Vulnerability can lead to misinterpretation, rejection, or change. Silence, on the other hand, can protect both you and them, maintaining the status quo and allowing time for clarity. They imagine conversations, rehearse words in their mind, consider what could happen if their feelings were known, and try to anticipate outcomes. The inner dialogue is constant. Should I speak? Should I wait? Will this moment ever feel right? The decision to express or remain silent is not a lack of affection. It is a reflection of care, respect, and awareness of the consequences of their emotions. They are trying to love responsibly, carefully, and meaningfully. These three secret decisions, trust, engagement, and expression, interact constantly. They influence one another. If they decide to trust, their willingness to engage closely may increase. If they step back, they may also hesitate to reveal feelings. Every action, every thought, every pause carries significance. And you are the center of this intricate, silent calculation. The very fact that someone is making these choices quietly, behind the scenes, demonstrates that you matter to them in ways words cannot fully capture. Your presence, even in absence, shapes their emotional world. Your words, gestures, and even silence influence the direction of their thoughts, the rhythm of their heart, and the strategies they consider for connection. If you imagine the intensity of this internal process, you begin to understand the depth of silent love. It is deliberate, reflective, and patient. It is love that grows carefully, without force, without urgency, allowing itself to exist fully in the quiet spaces between words, between actions, between moments. It is love that observes, that calculates, that waits for the right timing to reveal itself fully. Even in its silence, it is potent and meaningful. It influences decisions, shapes behavior, and inspires subtle gestures that may go unnoticed but are significant in the broader context of care and affection. And now, consider what this means for you. To be the subject of three secret decisions is to occupy a space in someone's life that is deeply personal. You are not a casual thought or an incidental presence. You are significant. You are meaningful. And the deliberation, care, and reflection that someone engages in about you, without your knowledge, is a testament to how important you are to them. Even without words, even without visible action, the weight of these decisions is felt in the invisible threads connecting two hearts. Take a moment to reflect. Can you feel the quiet attention someone has given you? Have you noticed subtle signs, repeated thoughts, careful gestures, attentiveness that seems almost unnoticeable? These are the manifestations of secret decisions. They are the evidence of someone navigating the complex terrain of feelings, desire, and caution, all while keeping your emotional well-being and their own in mind. Every pause, every hesitation, every carefully measured action is part of this intricate dance. It is love in its most careful, deliberate, and patient form. The title "Three Secret Decisions Someone is Making About You Right Now" is therefore more than a catchy phrase. It is a window into the emotional psychology of human attachment, care, and love. It captures the essence of silent affection, the process of deliberation that precedes expression, and the intensity of feelings that are often hidden but profoundly present. By understanding this, you gain insight into how people navigate emotional complexity, how love is considered and measured, and how someone may care more deeply than they ever say out loud. Every moment of silence, every pause, every careful choice is a reflection of the inner workings of a heart that is quietly engaged with you. They are weighing, calculating, imagining, hoping, fearing, and loving, all simultaneously, all in secret, all for you. And the moment they act, whether to reveal their feelings, to engage more closely, or to trust more fully, the significance of these choices will become visible. Until then, the quiet deliberation itself is the evidence of something real, something enduring, something powerful that does not need to be shouted to exist.